I'm not sure. It definitely was a low energy night for us, which we've been playing pretty well. But this was definitely a flat one tonight.
Paul, you kind of led the way defensively, along with some of the other Joel and so on. What kind of got away from you guys tonight from a defensive standpoint?
I mean, to be honest, they beat us to a lot of second chance opportunities, a lot of 50-50 balls. Yeah, it was really the game. Those were whatever chance we thought we had or whatever fight that we were bringing. It kind of negates it when you can't come up with the 50-50 balls. The balls batted around. It gets back to them. They knock down an open three or something like that. They get an easy putback. Those plays kind of kill you, and they had a lot of those tonight.
Do you relish in the fact that you guys get to see these guys again on Friday? Kind of just an opportunity to get back?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're despite their record, I'm sure they'd rather be well off than what they are record-wise. But they're a good team. They've been together for a while. They're challenged with their size and their guard play. You know, they're a tough team. So, absolutely, get a chance to play them again. It's a test for us, and see how we respond.
When you have a team, a game that gets away from you like this, what are some of the adjustments that you can make, especially when you're playing the same team 2 nights later?
Yeah, I mean, again, outside of, I think a lot of plays that, for me, it's just more effort, winning those 50-50. We knew it was going to be a challenge rebounding with this group or against this team. So that challenge is going to still be there. So we got to answer that one. But really the 50-50 balls, the effort plays, that really was the game. I thought we did a good job in the half-court set. They got great players. They're going to make some tough shots. And they play together. They've been, like I said, they've been together for a while. So they're going to play together. They're going to find opportunities. But the plays that kill us is the effort plays.
This is the second straight kind of like mini series you guys had. Obviously, you just played Toronto twice. You're going to play Cleveland twice. I guess what's kind of your thoughts on seeing a team twice in a row? Is it kind of like a playoff type of feel to it, or?
A little bit. It has that feel. Preparing for a team, you get extended period to do so. So, kind of.
It seemed like you've taken it upon yourself to really be aggressive as a scorer in those lineups without Joel and Tyrese early in the second quarter. I guess is that more just like you're taking it upon yourself to be the star of those lineups, or is it like you're just reading the floor more?
Yeah, I think a bit of both. Those guys are out. I know it's my opportunity to kind of get more opportunities and be aggressive offensively to make plays and just give those guys a break while they're on the bench to kind of still keep us effective and efficient on the floor. So, I have found those moments to try to be a little bit more aggressive.
Dating back to last season, you've talked a lot about how important you think Kelly is to this group, and I think the night he got hurt was the last game before you made your season debut.
Mm-hmm.
So to now be playing with him, I guess just what have you made of those minutes and the defensive potential of the group when the two of you are out there with some of the other guys like Q and BJ? I guess just what have you made of some of those minutes so far?
Yeah, it's a luxury that necessarily for him and I. Like, we don't have to guard. We took, time or split minutes guarding Donovan. We don't have to solely match up with him where we can be switching partners. In this league, it's so valuable to be able to have switching partners where you can, essentially switch with. It makes your defense that much better, especially in this era with so much ball movement and so much guard play. So he's another guy that can hold his own. He can make plays. He's a savvy defender. He knows how to use his hands, get deflections, get out, block shots, play in the passing lanes. So it's fun. We're still getting the chemistry back, and he's still getting his legs under him. So, he's only going to get better.
The result was obviously the focus, but You had a nice offensive performance tonight. You've had a good stretch. Just how do you feel physically, mentally now as opposed to this time last year?
Yeah, I feel a lot better physically, but mentally, it's going to always be a hurdle when you think you're here physically, and that's up to me to kind of continue to knock those hurdles down. So that's always going to be a mental battle. Is how can I get as close to or near what I used to be physically. And so, again, that's what I'm chasing. That's what makes it, that much more of a challenge for me is can I get back to that? But it's from a physical standpoint, I feel so much better than I did last year.
How are you guys feeling with the injuries? Because, it got to a point where everybody was healthy, and now tonight, Dom goes down. Is it one of the things you look at like, damn, we just can't get a break?
Yeah. It is, but I think the beauty in it all, we've done and dealt with it so much over a 2-year span that, I think for this group, nothing seems to surprise us in that way, that we have to be ready. The next guy has to be ready. And so all we can do is try to continue to mold to be a better team and hold it down until Dom comes back. Dom is a big piece for us. But it's another gut punch, man, that somebody else goes down as soon as we finally start to get healthy. And, there's some consistency with the starting group. I think that's another, that starting group, it'll be another starting group come Friday. So that has been the challenge.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, guys.